there's two sides of this question. Are there non-technical roles that are compensated and or compensated well in DAOs, and then follow that up with maybe what is in the highest demand right now?
The answer to the first question is absolutely. There's a huge emphasis on.
So there's hope for me.
There's hope for you, Josh.
Okay, excellent.
There is a huge emphasis on like social glue type roles, people who can bring other people together, connect people, create opportunity.
So an internally focused community manager, like a.
I think it is both internal within the community and also external. And relationship building with other communities is really valuable. There can be technical components to that in terms of like DevRel kind of advocacy type stuff. But there's also just like community ambassador, delegate, person who forges relationships across communities and finds ways for those communities to work together or just vibe together or whatever it is.
This sounds similar to like a DAO House Paladin. This is like the skies of the world.
There's lots of people who do this kind of thing, and they sit in this really fascinating space of just getting to know a bunch of people. I think that's really valuable between communities and among projects. But like you're saying, also within, helping to build up a healthy community is a really hard thing to do. And there are certain people that have those kind of skills. And I think there's many of them out there in the world that are not yet in this space. And they would thrive here, I think, given how important it is.
So let's say I'm in a Web2 job that requires me to work with my hands, but I want to get involved in the future of work and the new economy.
Let me ask you, what is a Web2 job that involves your hands?
I don't even know, like a plumber, construction.
Are you talking about like gig work?
Not even gig work, just like a lot of what DAOs are, everything that we've just described and talk about is between Notion, Discourse, Discord, Zoom, like all of it is to a degree interpersonal skills, at least for non-technical. All of it involves communications. And
okay, so I think there's a really good reason for that it is the way things are right now, and that's because the technologies that we have that facilitate these new sort of structures and organizations are based in software, and they connect best to software, which is what is like that's the tool of knowledge workers. I think there are ways that we can start to connect these constructs to the real world / meat space and like doing things with your hands, but it's going to take some time to build out the tools to make that actually work in the way that it needs to work. One of the things I'm working on now is the ability to like delegate to somebody else in a revocable way, and that might allow.
Ooh, how do you do that?
We'll get to that. That might allow a DAO to bring in people who are doing things out in the real world and still not have to trust that person completely, have the ability to revoke some of their privileges or revoke the whatever authorities they need to be able to do that in the real world. So none of this stuff exists quite yet in the way that it needs to, but we'll get there. It'll just take time. We're slowly building out bigger and bigger circles where the technologies, the infrastructure, the foundations, the practices that we work with now, slowly building out the circles that they're touching. And we'll get to everything soon enough, or at some point.